Hey, Summerhill Cinema 700 here. Thanks for tuning in. Haven't done a video in quite a long time. I know I say that almost every video now, but it's just I've been really busy with the time of year. A couple months ago I started a new job, so I've been busy with that. So just really haven't had the time to do these videos lately. And with the weather and everything, I just get down kind of this time of year, the winter season. I'm a big fan of hot weather, so when this time of year comes around, I'm just kind of like cooped up inside, so I just don't really have much motivation to do these videos. But that being said, I have a Blu Ray DVD, movie update video today. So I've got a couple regular titles here, and then I got 5 Twilight time titles as well, which I don't get very often because of their price, but they had a sale a little while back around Black Friday time, so I took advantage of that and got these Twilight time Blu-rays here. So let's get started with these ones here. First, this one I got from Best Buy. This is a Christmas classic, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, here on Blu-ray. Love these classic Christmas films. Have the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as well on Blu-ray, which I got a couple years back. Now I have Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is another one of my favorites, so happy to have this on Blu-ray. And I wasn't even aware that this was available on Blu-ray till I saw it at Best Buy, so I had to pick it up, and it was only about 10 bucks. But this is just an absolute classic. I'm sure most of you have seen this one at some point in your lives. It has a couple special features on here. We get all new documentary celebrating the legacy of the holiday specials, and interviews with the filmmakers and historians, commentary with animation historian Greg Ehrbar. So that's pretty cool that we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town on Blu-ray. Love watching these movies this time of year. So there it is. Next up, we have a Jean-Claude Van Damme film on Blu-ray here that I've never seen, and this is Lionheart. I wanted to check this one out for a while now, and this one's from MVD Rewind Collection, this is my first Blu-ray from them. I know they've done a few different Blu-rays. They've done a few of Van Damme movies. I think so. I think they have. But definitely wanted to check this one out for quite a while now. I really love Van Damme's movies, but this is one that I haven't checked out before, so I thought, let's give it a whirl. And it was only $25, which is not bad considering it was going for like $45 on Amazon. Picked this up at a Canadian store here called London Drugs. Yeah, I was actually surprised that they had this there, but that's Lionheart, so I'm not going to read really what's on the back, but this is a special collector's edition, Blu-ray plus DVD, and it has like the old VHS stickers on it, Be Kind, Rewind, and 2-day rental, which is kind of cool. There's the side there, Lionheart, so I guess this is number 8. Maybe that's what that means of the MVD Rewind collection. I know they haven't been around a super long time making these Blu-rays, as far as I'm aware. So maybe this is the 8th release, but I think this one came out this year. Yes, it did, 2018. But as you can see on the back too, there's a ton of special features. So definitely looking forward to checking out Lionheart. You can let me know what you think of the movie in the comments if you want, without giving it away, as you know, because I haven't seen it. But that's Lionheart there on Blu-ray. Now on to the Twilight time Blu-rays. Now before we get onto this, like I mentioned before, I don't usually buy Twilight time. In fact, I only have one other Twilight time release, and that's Mysterious Island, which I bought at full price. But when you buy their Blu-rays at full price, it ends up being like almost $50 Canadian for a release, which is just way too much in my opinion to spend. But with the sale, some of these titles were like 10 bucks. I think the most I spent on each one was like 20 bucks. So I took advantage of that and got these titles that I wanted to get now for a while. So first up we have, and also quite a few of these I haven't seen, few I have, but the first one here we have Edge of Eternity, and all these films are pretty old. This one here is from 1959, and never seen this film before. I'll read on what it says on the back here just quickly here so you get an idea. It says, thrillingly shot in CinemaScope in and around the Grand Canyon, director Don Siegel's action Edge of Eternity, 1959, stars Cornell Wilde as a hard-jawed deputy with a past, suddenly dealing with a plague of murders. There's mystery, there's romance. Victoria Shaw is the tough, attractive woman with whom Wilde teams. And above all there are thrills, including a climax shot by legendary cinematographer Burnett Guffey to rival any cliffhanger ever put on screen. Danielle M. Amphithyroths, can't pronounce that name. Score. Amphithyroths. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. Or Score, available on this Twilight time release as an isolated track, provides heightened suspense. So I just thought, this film looked like it has some great cinematography in it, given the fact that it's filmed around the Grand Canyon. So definitely looking forward to checking this out. And Bruce Eder from AllMovie.com says, not only a neat little crime thriller, but one of the better outdoor adventure movies of its era. Availing itself of the landscape, attending the Grand Canyon and its surrounding area as only a color film in CinemaScope could. Filled with visually striking images around a fine mystery story. So this is really, it just looks like a really cool film here. And as you know, if Twilight Time releases, they're limited edition to 3,000. So they do go out of print relatively quickly. And that's Edge of Eternity. It's not a very well-known film because I looked up stuff and couldn't find much information, but definitely looking forward to checking this one out. It sounds really fun. Next up we have Born Free. This is basically like this movie filmed in documentary style about these people taking care of these lions. It's really fantastic. I saw it several years ago on TV, and I actually thought it was an actual documentary, but apparently it's a film shot in documentary style. But beautiful story about these lions here, and I'll just read what it says on the back. It says, Born Free, 1966, adaptation of Joy Adamson's best-selling book, tells the story of Kenyan gamekeeper Bill Travers and his animal-loving wife, who adopt a lion cub Elsa, raising her and eventually giving her up to the wild life she deserves. Told in semi-documentary style, the film features an Academy Award-winning score by the great John Barry, available on this Twilight Time release as an isolated track. But yeah, if you're a fan of, like nature documentaries and stuff like I am, this is just a beautiful story about these people and this lion and the trouble that they go to try to get the lion back into the wild after becoming so attached to it. But it's just a really nice story, and just great footage of these lions and everything. It's fantastic, and looking forward to watching this one again, and having it on Blu Ray is even a bigger bonus. So that's Born Free. Alright, the next one here we have is Beneath the 12-Mile Reef, also a film I haven't seen, and also a film shot in CinemaScope. This one's from 1953. It says, one of earliest CinemaScope pictures, Beneath the 12-Mile Reef, 1953, takes us deep into the crystal clear waters off the Florida coast, where two rival sponge diving families produce a boy and a girl, who of course fall for each other hard. Stunning widescreen underwater cinematography by Oscar nominee Edward Kronjaeger, and a staggeringly atmospheric score from the one and only Bernard Herrmann are added attractions. So the fact that you have this movie with what looks like great underwater shots and a score by Bernard Herrmann, what more could you want? This just looks like a really cool movie. And given that this film is from 1953, this is quite an old movie, so it'll be very interesting to check out the underwater shots on this. From what I've heard in a few reviews, apparently there's not a ton of underwater shots. They said that the cover of this movie kind of is not exactly true to what the movie is, but I think there will be some good underwater shots, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out, and that's Beneath the 12-Mile Reef. Next up, we have two more here. We have Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins. I'm not going to read the back of this one because I don't want this video to get too long, but from what I can tell, this film kind of looks like a James Bond style film, and this one came out in 1985 and is based in New York City too. As you can see on the back, there's a Remo Williams with the statue on the Statue of Liberty, and I believe they actually filmed that on the Statue of Liberty. So definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Haven't seen this one before, and this movie's a couple hours long, so it's pretty long. But just honestly, this is one of those movies I saw the cover and I was like, I gotta check that out. So that is Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. And last but not least, when this one came out on Blu Ray, I was so excited. I looked this movie up a couple years ago, and I thought, is that available on Blu Ray? There's no way it is. And I saw the remake they did with Eddie Murphy, but this is the original Dr. Dolittle with Rex Harrison. When I saw that they were putting this out on Blu Ray, I was like, oh my god, gotta get that. But I held off because of how much they cost. But I said to myself, at some point, I've got to get that release. Thankfully, it was on sale for the sale, and I picked it up. But this is just an awesome musical revolving around this guy, this doctor, who's played by Rex Harrison, He has all these animals that come from the circus and stuff, and they go on this big adventure. But it's just awesome. It's just a fantastic movie. You know, I don't even need to really explain it to you because I'm sure many of you have seen Dr. Dolittle. If you've seen the remake that they did with Eddie Murphy, which I actually haven't seen, I've only seen the original, you got to give this a try. This is just one of those movies, I don't even need to say anything about it. It's a classic, and you got to check it out. There's some great stuff in this too, like there's this giant snail that they go into. When I watched this for the first time, I thought that that was such a cool scene. They ride in this giant snail. They basically use the snail as a submarine, and then there's this double-sided like llama called the Push Me Pull You, I think. It's just hilarious, but it's just a great movie, and it's definitely one that you should check out if you have kids or, you know, younger children and stuff. You should definitely watch this movie, but also adults will enjoy this film as well. So, and this one's from 1967, but it's just a great, you know, musical. It's almost like a musical and almost like a fantasy too, because there's these crazy animals as well as real animals. But what more can I say? It's Dr. Dolittle, the original. Definitely a must-watch, and super happy to have this on Blu-ray. Actually, can't believe I have this on Blu-ray now. But so that is my Blu-ray update. Christmas Blu-ray update, December 2018. I'm going to try to do one more video before the end of the year. But until then, I want to wish all of you, all my viewers, a very Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you always for watching my videos, supporting my channel, and let me know what you think of these titles. And we will see you on the next video. And again, I wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Alright, well, we'll see you next time, and until then, take care.